Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over this build of mine. Kind of show you guys what I did and different things we got going on. This is a C34/C44 frame from WPL that I cut these tabs off. So for the C34, the shock mounts here. C44, it mounted back here, and it also had this metal tab sticking up off the frame back here for the longer wheelbase. I cut that off. I shortened the frame a little bit to fit the C14 bed on. It made it so the C14 bed lined up in its normal spot. Bolt there. Don't have any bolts there because this was still up a little bit. Didn't sit down flat enough without trimming. You could trim it because this WPL single speed 370 gearbox and motor is hitting the bottom. So you could trim that out or just have it raised up. This is kind of got a little bit of a body lift, so it goes from all the way down on the frame to a little bit of body lift towards the front. You could eliminate that. I kind of needed a little bit more height because there's fully compressed on the suspension, so I still got clearance. On the C14 body, I had to cut the wheel arch out a little bit and the bumper because I'm running MN90 tires on WPL V3 wheels with these neat little adapters from Bantam Engineering. There'll be a link below. That's where we got the tires, the adapters, the metal links, the axle trusses, the battery that I run in it, the 3S battery. But I just used these links from a C14, C24 style. Made it work. Got the 370 single speed metal drive shafts. Compared to the 370 dual speed, quite a bit of ground clearance difference. So that's the dual speed. That's the single speed. There's all the clearance in the world. Anyways, some of the next upgrades for this, we tried to give it a little bit more power. I think this motor's just kind of a dud, so we'll replace it with a new one with the same thing, see how it works. I see some upgrades coming up. I think it's wpl-rc came out with a portal axle for this, and so we can comes out here and drops down, so it'll give us more ground clearance in the front. I got this link kind of bent up and not in perfect position, but it'd be nice to have these portal axles. We'll have a little bit more clearance to go on a truck that already has a whole lot of clearance. Some of the other WPLs like this, they're fun, you know what I mean, but to call them like a crawler or a serious crawler, they're not as good as some of the other ones. For small scale they're great, but doesn't really compete with the 1/10 scale professional crawlers. As with this setup here, it seems to work out pretty good. You know what I mean? I've crawled over a lot of stuff. The gearbox doesn't catch anything. So we're just, you know what I mean? We have the axles drag a little bit. You mean, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks old is all this truck is. And we're already starting to get some wear and tear. You know what I mean? You can tell I've been using all the clearance. Yeah, I really like it. It works pretty good. It's got the WPL metal axles and gears. We're running the brass gears in here with got a bunch of little spacers that I did a video on it, kind of how I was going to do it with all the spacers to make sure nothing moves around and everything stays in place, because I've had issues with that before. We also got some heavy duty bearings, pinion bearings in here from the Bantam shop. I have some links below for that too. The stock ones end up wearing out and making your pinion move around a lot, and that causes it to end up wearing out and stripping the gears. We haven't had a problem. All my wiring and stuff is kind of tossed in here because I was trying different ESCs and different stuff because it's a little low on power. But that seems to all be working good. We also have a 25G Surpass servo in here, also from the Bantam shop. So this is basically, this whole truck is all from WPL official store and bantamshop.club. Guess we'll kind of do some comparisons against the normal C14 versus this C14. You can tell it's quite a bit bigger, a lot more ground clearance. If we line up the tires, it's a little bit longer than the MN90 tires, make it a lot bigger. So it's definitely bigger all the way around. Originally I was going to put MN axles on here to have it wider, but I think it's looking pretty good how it is. Definitely a cool little rig. We took it to a truck event, Michigan Mud Jam, over the last week. It's got a lot of compliments because my free time I was taking it out and playing on some mounds of clay and stuff, crawling around, and it everybody thought it was pretty cool. Thought it was a really expensive rig, which it's not cheap, but the base price of these are pretty cheap. You know what I mean? On AliExpress you get a C14-1 for like 45 bucks, ready to run. You know what I mean? Granted, nothing about this was cheap because, you know what I mean, we ordered, you know what I mean, single part here, single part there. But it's worth it. It's definitely my favorite WPL truck so far. Very capable. You know what I mean? And it's without even doing any like crazy shock tricks or anything really special. Just that C34 frame is a really good crawler frame with that single speed gearbox for the clearance. And we got our taller MN tires on there. Then once it has portal axles, it'll have even more clearance. My adjustments on these links aren't perfect because they're not really meant for the C34, C44 frame. Just how the mounting points are. And I got them turned all the way in just so they stay tight. Yeah, I mean, I can glue them or Loctite them, but I still get a little bit like full turn and under flex. Sometimes the tire like hits it and will twist it out. Yeah, you know what I mean, with these WPL metal axles, gives us the full range of turn. And then using the V3 wheels, because the V3 wheels from WPL have the furthest offset on all of them. And the V2 wheels that come on like the B36, those have the furthest in offset. And my other set of MN tires with adapters are on the two wheels, so they stick in a little bit further and cause more hitting when you have them on a metal axle with the full steering radius. This you can't really see it, but I got a Surpass 25G servo in there. It's awesome. That's all I'm going to be buying for servos now is the Surpass ones. It works really good, very powerful, highly recommended. Yeah, I just kind of did this, have a new truck to play around with. I'm pretty impressed. I haven't had much time to really do much with it or do anything. So I was actually just unloading the stuff from the car from our event we were at all week, the truck event, and figured make a little video on it, show you guys more little details, how I trim stuff and how the body's on there, just using a cheap 30 amp ESC. I know some of you don't like those ESCs, but they're my favorite ESC. I like them. I haven't had a single problem with them. Now, like once they work, like you take it out of the box, sometimes they don't work. But I haven't had a single one go bad on me. That wasn't my fault. I think I had one burn up one time, and that was because it was like super hot from using it, and then I totally submerged the truck in water, and it must have shorted something out, because they're not totally waterproof. It just kind of has a splash shield over it. But I guess you can't expect something that's not waterproof to be waterproof, so I can't knock it for that. I run them on 3S lipo batteries up to a 60C discharge, and that's more than enough for these little trucks. I think I went over most of the details. Probably no one's watching. We're 12 minutes in on me blabbering about this truck. But yeah, it's pretty cool. First, we're having issues with it catching there and catching on the bumpers. We just cut stuff out, made it work. Did some videos. It had it up on a mud truck tire, or we could call it a monster truck tire even, because it's as tall as me. It's like 6 foot tall, and I was trying to drive this on top of it, and it fell off, and it kind of broke the bed, and because it landed upside down, and when it hit, it came down and it compressed the suspension from all the weight, because it's got weighted tires. And it came down, and the rebound, once it hit and came back up, actually ripped the shock right off the screw. I didn't have any tools, so I just shoved it back on, and it's kind of staying. So that was pretty cool. It's like one of the first days there, it's like, oops, we just broke the new toy. We're going to do some, more details to it. Get the electronics actually fastened in place and stuff. Get the axles adjusted a little bit better. How I built these axles, it's my second set of metal axles. The first ones I've redone a couple times because I didn't do it right. I thought it was right, and I didn't want to go out doing another set and not do it perfect, so I made sure I knew how to do them perfect when I did this, and holding up great. I think I got like 3 more metal kits with metal axles I could put together for some other trucks. If you watch my other videos, you know I am a fan of the plastic axles. I like the plastic ready to run axles. They're lighter. They don't have any like user caused issues. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about the set screws or the ring and pinion, lash. It all just kind of fits together. Occasionally, you got to replace the little plastic stuff in the end because it wears out, gets wobbly, and it'll snap the pinions. I snap a lot of pinions on these. You can only expect them to last so long. You know what I mean? They can't last forever, especially with what I put these through, and they get bouncing and wear and tear. Can only take so many cycles, and they end up snapping. I really like the 370 dual speed. I just don't like how far it hangs down. You know what I mean? I like everything about it except the ground clearance. Because it drags on everything, which kind of takes away from the crawling ability of the crawler. So we went with the single speed. It's got all the room in the world. It's quite amazing. I really like it. Recommend it. There's a link below. I'm going to stop talking. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me how good or bad of a job I did. I just wasn't feeling too good today. Got allergies. It's allergy season for me. Only one time a year I'm actually allergic to something. And it makes me feel miserable every year. And these are the things that I'm allergic to. I don't know what it is, but every year when they come out, I can't stop sneezing. And my head hurts, or not my head hurts, but my nose is all congested and I constantly blow my... But thanks for watching the Clunkers Customs YouTube channel. Catch y'all later.